my gosh, hi.
Anna.
How are you doing?
Good. How the hell are you doing?
How are you doing emotionally? How are you doing physically?
Spiritually?
Oh my gosh, I'm weathered, I'm exhausted, I'm unwell.
Same.
We literally woke up and we were like, we feel slightly hungover, but like not sure if it's from the wine, if it's from the emotions.
I know. I couldn't watch that shit sober. No way.
Oh,
No.
absolutely not.
But I did put it on this morning again.
Yes, we've had to watch like little snippets.
Yeah.
Oh, same. There's just so much to unpack. And I like took notes, and even now I'm still like, shit, there's just so much.
We're going to get through it together.
We're here for support.
Are you in LA?
I am.
Oh,
Where are you guys?
We're in LA too.
I'm in the eye of the storm.
Oh my God, the scene of the crime.
The scene of the crime. Raquel
Wow.
lives like a stone's throw from my home.
Stop it.
So I used to live in the building that Katie lives in now.
The one right next to Gelson's.
Yes.
Oh, I'd know it from a mile away.
When I saw the exterior shot, I was just like
Triggered.
Truly.
Oh my gosh. It looks like a decent building though. Like there's probably some amenities.
Yeah, it was nice. Like we had washer and dryer. Yeah. I mean, you need it. You need it in the valley.
You do.
That's so true.
How long have you been in LA?
5 years. Oh my gosh, almost to the day. How long have y'all been here?
Oh God.
It will be 11 years for me next month. I know.
It's almost 10 years for me too. I'm like, how the hell?
It flies by though. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Arkansas originally. And I'm Claire, by the way.
Oh yeah. I'm Tess.
Okay.
I'm from the Bay Area.
Cute. I love that. Wait, where in Arkansas? I have to ask.
I'm from Fayetteville, Springdale. It's Northwest Arkansas.
I have a friend from there.
What's their name?
Tyler Meredith.
I don't think I know Tyler, but
I feel
I'm sure
you usually know like everyone.
Truly in Arkansas, like we all know everyone, each other. It's not that
my
big.
God, what a small freaking world. At least you're from like the coolest part of Arkansas.
That is true. That when people say they've been to Little Rock, I'm like,
please don't say that.
Yeah, you need to go check out Northwest Arkansas.
Go there.
No, a Fayetteville sleigh.
At Fayetteville Slay. Thank you for understanding, Hannah. But we're so happy that you're doing this episode with us.
Yes,
Thank
we've heard you multiple times on Everything Iconic. We love Danny, love that podcast.
You're hilarious as well, of course.
Yes, and we were like, she just seems like she's one of us, and we need to like pick her brain a little bit.
Oh my God, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited and honored to be here, truly.
Oh man, what is your relationship like with Bravo?
It's a long-term relationship at this point because I started watching it in high school, which I hate aging myself, but it was in like 2000, I would say like 2007, 2008 was when I really started my love affair with Bravo.
Okay.
And it started with Roni. And then when I was in college and Vanderpump Rules came out, I was like, oh, wait a goddamn minute. These people are like closer in age to me. And here's the sick thing. I was young and impressionable. I looked up to them. I was like, they're doing what I want to do. I want to be a model / actor, and I want to move to LA and work at a hot girl restaurant. Like I wanted to be them.
That was the dream for all of us.
And like being able to carry around mini wine bottles everywhere you went, like the early days of Dodie.
I mean,
God,
was our pioneer.
Truly.
Sad to say.
I still aspire.
Yeah. I know.
Okay, so VPR was like you were watching it from the beginning in real time.
Oh yes. I mean, I think the most amazing thing about this current season is they were in a flop era for a long time. I was like, cancel the show, enough already. Like the season with like Max and Danica and Dana, like, and as a person, I know her IRL, but like that season, like I forget that it happened because it just felt like a totally different show and not the VPR that we knew and loved.
No, it was so dark. Like the lizard funeral was so bad.
Yes.
I don't even want to go back there. I actually started from the beginning as well, but I couldn't watch season 9. And I was like, we're done. We're done here.
Yes. So I feel like what's so good about this season is it feels like that 2010, 2007, like Bethany crying against a car energy of just like, oh my God, I can't believe we get to witness these like raw, brutal moments of humanity.
It's so true. I've had an interesting relationship with VPR because I've been at Housewives and Summer House, Bravo girly, and I didn't watch Vanderpump until 2 months ago. I started from the beginning. I got up to halfway through season 6 last week, and then I jumped to 10. So it has been my world for 2 months, like very contained, very intense.
I did tell Tess, I was like, enjoy this while you have it because of season 8 and 9 and like some of 7 too. So
yeah, so there are some things that I'm like, lizard funeral, not sure what you're talking about. I'll probably get there next week.
you don't need to know.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's new, but it's I fell in love very quickly and was really ashamed I didn't get in sooner.
We're just happy to have you.
Oh God,
I was gonna say you've arrived.
I feel like I'm fully like in the Bravo world now. Like that was the one part holding me back that I always had shame about.
No more shame.
No more shame.
Have you
No
ever
more shame.
eaten at Sir or Pump or Tom Tom
Oh yes.
with all of the stuff?
I've eaten at Sir, Pump, and Tom Tom. I have tried to go to Schwartz and Sandy's 3 times. It is a fucked up place. Can I just go on a tangent here?
Yes.
Go off.
I used to live in that neighborhood in the like Los Feliz area. So I'm familiar with Franklin Village. They misrepresent what that bar is on TV like so much. It's not like it's around the corner of Franklin in a strip mall next to like Tail Waggers.
Tail Waggers.
Jesus.
I used to take a cat there.
Yeah, there you go. And
You did. Of course you did.
And the fucked up thing is that they're trying to create like WeHo culture in a neighborhood that like does not give a fuck about it. So like the times I've tried to go there, they're like, do you have a reservation? And I'm like, no, I'm just going to grab a drink at the bar. They're like, well, those seats are reserved as well. I'm like, we're not in WeHo, bitch. Like no one wants to deal with that here. So I've literally left. I'm like, this is harrowing.
No, be grateful that I am here.
Literally.
Do Schwartz and Sandy and WeHo, were they trying just to like get out of the neighborhood, or was it like a rent thing?
I don't know, because I would imagine rent in Franklin Village is nothing to sneeze at. Maybe it's not as insane as like Santa Monica and Robertson, but
Right.
Well, Pump is no longer. I mean, as of July.
I don't trust that. I really don't. I feel like this is one of like this restaurant is on international television. People come from all over the world and you can't afford rent.
You have a conspiracy theory, don't you?
I just think that something ain't right with the finances with the Vanderpumps, and I'm concerned.
And they're selling their house. They're selling Villa Rosa.
Are they actually?
What?
No.
Financially, something is amiss.
Oh,
Something is
no.
amiss. Something is amiss. Yeah.
Okay.
It's been giving House of Cards, not in the Netflix way, like Lisa's life is a House of Cards, like this whole fucking time.
Literally.
She was so odd, not to jump around, but not on the finale, but the one before, someone said that she might have been wasted, like, because it was her birthday and she was day drinking. But I was like, I felt like they shut her up with some uppers and then shoved her out in front of the screen.
I've never seen her like that before.
No, literally, when okay, there's 2 moments that my fiance and I have been reliving over and over. There's the moment where she bursts into something about her and she goes, there's something about her.
Everyone's just like, hey.
Like terrified, like jump scare. And then there's a moment in her confessional where she goes, you want something done, ask a man. You want something done right, ask a woman. And she like slurs.
Well,
she slurs.
Drinking a little bit more to compensate for some struggles in her life.
Right.
Some stress. Oh my God.
I mean, it's just like, if you see something, say something. So I'm saying something.
Say it. And
yeah, there is something about her.
There is something about her.
Thank you for that.
Wow.
Okay. So in your journey with VPR, have you always had the same favorite people? Has it changed like from start to now? What's your relationship like with the characters?
I in season 1 hated Stassi like violently. I was like, she's such a bitch. Like, who is this person? Season 2, I became a hardcore Stas head.
We also
I was a Khaleesi for a long time.
Yeah.
And then, 2020 happened and there was like a great reckoning that, everyone had. And I was like, I don't think I can stand Stassi anymore.
I know.
The thing about Stassi, though, is she has an X factor that even at her worst, she's very watchable.
Yes.
So true.
And I don't think everyone on the show necessarily has that. So my current favorites, I love me some Sheena Shea. And we love Shishi. And I've had some really like off moments with Lala where I'm like, God, you're fucking annoying. But I'm back on Lala now. And obviously I love Ariana. And plot twist, I'm obsessed with Katie now.
So Tess, talk about your journey.
So, because I've watched it so in just a matter of really weeks, it felt like almost the entire series. I had a really hard time with Katie, and still in my like mid season 6, I am quite frustrated with her. I think about her like I'm right. You need to, and I know Schwartz is very toxic with her, and like we can get to that, but I think her whole disposition of like, if you don't agree with me, then you hate me. It like reminds me of like something in like being a teenager, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone is just so like, you're either like with me or against me. And I find her very immature. But then watching season 10, and I know I have so much to go, I'm like, God, you have grown. And like, I now really feel for you of what you went through in this relationship.
Yeah, I was telling Tess at the beginning when I was watching at the beginning, hated Katie, like just the worst. And I think
Ugh.
with all of the characters, with James, with Jax, it's like with time you grow, they become family. And so you're like, I might not like you, but I love you.
Wow.
And I'm so into you. But Katie really has, I'm with you. I've come a long way with Katie. She was actually a server at Sir when I went in like 2013. So
oh, was she an amazing server?
Sure, you know, she did her job. We got the blackberry cobbler, and that's enough for me.
Hey, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Wait, also, I'm sorry. I feel like I can't believe I forgot DJ James Kennedy. Like, he's top of the top. Like, I've been obsessed with him forever. And everyone's coming around to him now. And I'm like, look, I know he's said fucked up things. Okay. Like, here's the thing about James Kennedy. He has like 3 to 4 insults. He'll call you fat, old, like stupid, and like a bitch or a whore. Like,
sure. He loves the slut, the whore.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, he's not the one like creeping around people's backs and ruining people's lives. Like, at least what you see is what you get, where you're like, James, you're being such a piece of shit right now. But he's so fucking funny that like all is forgiven, which might be really annoying. Like, I know Kristen still fucking hates him, but I'm like, I'm sorry, Kristen. He's really fun to watch.
That's fair.
He's a confessional king.
Are you sexually attracted to him?
I wasn't, but now. Last night in the finale, when he was on the phone talking to Raquel, and he was in this like black t-shirt, and his neck is giving like Marvel. Like, it's so thick now.
It is giving Marvel.
His body has like, I mean, he just filled out a little bit.
And he's tan, and he was like, Raquel, you fucking serious? You're gonna blow up your life over some smelly Scandavol cock, some stinky 40-year-old cock. I was like, he's the funniest, he's the hottest person I've ever met in my life. He's like, can't believe you're so bloody stupid. Okay, bye.
We needed
that
James.
impression is really good.
That was great.
Thank you. I also love how high his voice gets around Allie. He's like, Allie, you look so beautiful. You look so cute. Raquel, you're so stupid. Like, it's so aggressive.
Allie is his little like unicorn princess.
I love Allie. I think she's using him to get on the show, and I am okay with that. And I love her.
And as she was
the whistleblower. I think we should all get tarot card readings together with Allie.
I would love nothing more than that.
Where does she do it?
Virtually?
Like, virtually.
Oh, I really want to meet her in person.
No, we will do it in person.
Yes.
For sure.
Also, what's happening in June 13th? Thinking of VPR in-person events that we talked about last night.
Oh, James Kennedy. See you next Tuesday.
Oh yeah, we want to go.
We tried to reserve happy hour, but they're not even opening up reservations.
Oh my God, we're going.
We're going.
So we were like, should we just stand in line at like 5 p.m. and just be those people? Oh
yes. Have you ever seen him perform live?
No.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
Anna.
You guys, I like right when I moved to LA, like the first thing I did was I went to see you next Tuesday.
Oh my God, what was it like?
I mean, first of all, like, you know, Sir is like the size of like Harry Potter's like closet under the stairs. Like, it's very tiny.
Oh, well, we'll go.
I know we have to.
It's small. I mean, that front area where they like film the most is like actually pretty small. So it gets pretty cramped, and like it's the worst service you've ever had, the worst drinks you've ever had. But James really does know how to get the party started.
You know, I appreciate that passion he has. And I always feel a little sad when people minimize it, because it's like, we all have dreams. We're all, you know, trying to make it in this goddamn place.
Yeah. And he seems like a hard worker.
He is. He really is.
And he's stayed consistent with it.
And that's the hardest thing to do. So
the entire time.
We will support him.
We will. Okay. Well, I know we've been jumping around, but should we get into some thoughts about last night?
Do you have any like first thoughts?
My first thought, God, I mean, I have so many. It's like, what is my first thought? Tom Sandoval's crying against the window. I saw a tear on his face a total of 1 time, but he, floppy air quote, cried like 7 times.
And he let those tears fall. Like he was pushing them out. And when he was standing over there, he was like, am I in my light? Like he was ready to go.
The difference of Ariana wiping away tears because she doesn't want to be like she's vulnerable, and him just letting them drop and being like, I'm going to do this look to get me a job.
No, they are like, honestly, it's giving, I'm an actor. And so I went to acting school, and like, he's giving like the worst boy in acting school who like I would have bullied at a party. Like, he would have started like playing the ukulele at a party, and I'd be like, fucking leave. Like, I hate you. And like, your tears
We all
are.
know.
We all know. We always talk about like, I was a theater kid as well. And
Of course.
theater kid energy, while it can be endearing, the other side of it is so troubling.
Like owning a sword. Like a samurai sword,
owning a sword, and going into a monologue when you're talking about something completely off topic. It's like he gives that energy.
Yes, like just like peak darkness.
Peak darkness.
Yeah, I mean that. Do you think that was the first time that they had talked, Ariana and Scandavol, when they sat down, or do you think there had already been explosions after explosions, like in that sort of way?
I feel like they probably had like a gnarly talk like the night that she found the FaceTime. And then in my heart and soul, I want to believe that this was the first time they talked since that night.
Well, she said it was hours of footage like cut down into.
I'm sure she was like, I'm not speaking to you unless there's other people there and everyone can catch what, the world can
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. Also, it's like, my heart really broke for her. Like, I cried. Did y'all cry during the episode?
Yes, we did.
I really didn't realize like how like impactful their relationship was on us as viewers, because it's like we watched them like fall in love and like make it work. And even though like he like it was really messy with Kristen, it was like, oh, it was all worth it because like they're clearly meant to be together, and we watched them for so long. And I'm just like, to be Ariana and to think like, oh, once upon a time, like you looked at me that way and you cared about me that way, like it just breaks my fucking heart. And he never once in that scene said sorry.
I have chills even thinking about it.
He was looking at her with such hatred. No remorse. It was, I hate you.
Yeah.
And it's so dark.
And I think he couldn't apologize because in his head, he's still like, I love Raquel. And so if I say sorry to you, I'm then going to have to say sorry to her for saying that to you. Like he is prioritizing her. So he's giving nothing to Ariana.
He also said at one point, I couldn't tell Ariana because it would blindside Raquel or something like that. And I want to apologize because Ariana is calling her Rachel from Watch What Happens Live. And
oh, yes.
Follow her. I lead on that.
I would love to follow that as well.
But it's just so gross. It's like you're still prioritizing Rachel's feelings over Ariana's.
And this was so dark when he said, you know what I love? That she treats me with fucking respect, something I haven't gotten from you in years. And I'm like, this is giving like creepy, abusive, like I want to control my woman. I like a woman who I can control, which honestly, Jack said on Watch What Happens Live, like that Sandoval likes Raquel because he can manipulate her.
Oh, 100%. And like the way that he's doubling down to her and having no fucking humility about it and making her feel like she has ruined the relationship. Thus, he had no choice but to do this. It's like
when she asked him, when are you going to see her? And he just said tomorrow, and such like casually cruel in the name of being honest. It is just
there. Wow.
It was horrible.
And then when she was like, are you going to like kiss and hug and talk about your deep connection? And he goes, I don't know. And she's like, just say no. I'm like, you're sick.
Just say, he was trying to be like, I'm going to like look her in the eye and finally tell her. Yeah. Because like she deserves to know the truth. He's just like he's not okay.
The sex thing infuriates me. Like she has told you so many times how she will have sex with you and it's an emotional connection, and he wants to go skydiving and eat mushrooms. Like he does not care.
No. And I think like I like appreciated what she said when she was like, okay, like if you're unhappy, like we could have worked it out. Like we could have gone to couples therapy. Like I was ready to do that. And he kept trying to like twist the reality of the situation on camera so that we would take his side. And I loved that she was like, you were already fucking my friend when you said that. You were already fucking my friend when you did that. Like, what are you actually talking about? And then when she said, oh my God, when she like was crying, was like, I would have like followed you anywhere. I would have changed anything you didn't like, which leads me to believe that Ariana, and she's been open about how insecure she is like throughout the years, but like in the early stages of their relationship, I thought she was like so confident and cool. And it like absolutely breaks my heart that like someone this like beautiful and fun and cool has been feeling so bad about herself for so long that she was willing to change anything about herself just for Tom.
God, that is so true. I know. I mean, I just finished season 5 and I think she gets like, I'm just kind of noticing like bits and pieces more of like her, talking a lot about her depression and her issues with body image, and like, and then it just kind of all makes sense that like with her toxic relationship too in the past, that like this has been like their relationship has been clouded because of her own stuff, and he takes advantage of that.
Yeah. And when he said it's not about looks, it's like, why even bring that up?
We screamed.
I can't believe he even went there. How horrible.
It's like, what are you insinuating? That Raquel's like so much hotter than Ariana and it's not about that? Like, fuck you.
Fuck you.
That
And
is
like
100% what he was trying to do
yeah,
to her.
and clearly it's not about looks. Sorry, don't mean to like bully or whatever, but
you have Ariana. I have like honestly never been so sexually attracted to a
oh
woman.
yeah, Ariana's really got a grip hold on Tess.
She really has. Like when
There's something about her.
I was just like, oh
yeah, she's a hot little thing.
Oh yeah, she really is. So I'm just like, you fucking fool.
Cool.
I know. I saw her over the weekend at a music festival. You guys are like,
She was just like heaven.
Yes. I saw her in the VIP section and I was like, I need to know who from Vanderpump Rules is going to be here. And I'm friends with her friend Logan. So like I've seen them around before. And when I ran into them, I was like, I knew you guys would be here. And she looked so fucking happy. And she was in a hot pink like jumpsuit and she looked so cute. And they were having a great time.
Her man?
No, I think she was just with some friends. But yeah, she's dating that hot guy now, which I am a little wary of. I have to be honest. We're all protective of her.
Of course.
But he seems nice. I mean, even if it's just like a fling where she's like getting laid and feels hot, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, same. That's kind of like what I hope it is, and that she has some time to breathe.
She found out about this 2 months ago, right?
Yeah.
So like this is going to take years for her to fully process and heal from. Like 2 months is like you were still. I thought that last night after I watched What Happened Live, I was like, she probably went home and like, you know, like it's not like she's feeling amazing still, even with all this attention and the love. Like, it still feels like shit.
I know. And it's also like, it would be devastating enough if this happened like privately, like to an everyday person. But then the thought of like the weight of like the world and America finding out and it's trending on Twitter and everyone has an opinion. And obviously everyone is like Team Ariana, but like the fact that just everyone's energy coming at you, whether it's good or bad, I would imagine would just be so fucking overwhelming, especially if you're someone with anxiety and depression, which I also have. I would just like retreat into a cave.
It's a lot.
I can't believe that, like how she's doing it.
I know. And then to watch the scene next where he goes over to Schwartz's house and collapses in his arms. Like,
we need to talk about it.
The remorse he felt for Schwartz and none for Ariana was, oh my God, disgusting. Trash.
Like he was so concerned for their business. And, you know, I have to admit something that's really dark about my brain. There was a split second where I was like, oh, I do kind of feel bad for Schwartz. And my friend was like, no, Hannah, he knew the whole fucking time. You don't be bamboozled. And I was like, you're right. You're right.
With Schwartz sometimes where I'm like, I kind of do see. And then I'm like, no, he's playing that like nice guy side.
He is so evil because of that, because he has no backbone. And it's like, well, so who do you think is the more evil, Tom, Schwartz or Scandavol?
That's a really good question. I mean,
his wedding.
I honestly like, I have to remember that likable and evil, or like likability, does not mean that Schwartz is not evil. And so I think like on the surface likable, I think Schwartz has always been more likable, but I do think what's so insidious and dark about Schwartz is that he's never going to acknowledge the fucked up things that he's said and done. And that's almost scarier than someone like Sandoval, who's just like giving Disney villain at all times.
Disney villain.
Truly.
So
Disney villain he reminds me of like, is it
well, they're both like Pierce. What's their name? Pain and Panic from.
Wait, I'm literally dying laughing because so on my podcast, You Know You Love Us, that I co-host with my friend Tyler, we did an episode where we cast the Vanderpump Rules people as Disney characters.
Oh my God.
And it literally came out today. And I also gave them Pain and Panic. I was like, I want to give Sandoval Jafar for aesthetics, but I like Jafar too much.
Hannah, that is spot on.
That's perfect.
Spot on.
But that's a good point. It's like, who is the more evil one? The one that pretends not to be, or the one that is so, and it might be the one that pretends.
I think that they're both equally evil, honestly, and that they will be ride or die forever.
It's very
just to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, Danny made a good point on Everything Iconic about the business and how like, he's like, we're supposed to be made to feel bad about the business. But the fact is like anyone who was like working on this restaurant with them knew that they were like getting in bed business-wise with these dum-dums who have made a career out of being dum-dums on reality TV. So like, no, I'm not going to feel bad for people who consciously made that choice and invested in these yoo-hoos.
That's a great point. Like you've seen them cheat on their disrespect women, cheat on their spouses. Like,
and that's like, Lisa was not hard enough on Sandoval. The fact that she was like, I know you did a bad thing, but you're not a bad person. I'm like, I don't know. He's cheated on multiple women multiple times. Like, I would say that's not a great person.
No, absolutely not.
I don't think he's ever had a girlfriend that he didn't cheat on.
I agree.
How long do you think he knew? Like, do you think he's known the entire time about Raquel and Sandoval?
I do. I think he knew the morning after it happened because I don't think Sandoval could resist the urge to brag to Schwartz about how he banged Raquel. Because I'm sure that they were like doing locker room talk about how fucking hot Raquel is, which again, like with peace and love, I don't really see it. But like, I'm sure they were just like, she's so fucking hot. And she's a lot younger. So I think there's a level of like social cachet with that too. And so I think the morning after he was like, fuck Raquel last night. Like, I think he was so excited.
That was also a great Sandoval.
Does he admit that I'm now forgetting what he said last night.
He said that he knew about the one night stand.
But then he's like, but I didn't know it like went further than that.
Yeah, I'm like, please. Sure, Jan.
Yeah. And sure, Jan. And also Sandoval was telling an inconsistent story on camera, even in just the finale, like, because he went to Schwartz's and he's like, okay, like we kissed after boys' night. But then later Ariana's like, no, they fucked in her car after boys' night. And I had to let him in the house. Piece of shit didn't even have his keys.
And is that after Charlotte died?
Yes.
Like, did they put her down like that fucking day?
I believe it was like either that day or like then it was within days, if not.
Yeah.
And that is disgusting because at that point, Charlotte was like just as much as Sandoval's dog as it was Ariana's.
Yeah.
And that's a whole other level of sickness.
That's so true. I didn't think about that, where it's like when I had to put my cat down last year, my fiance Jake like was so distraught, like couldn't breathe, like like because it was like our cat together at that point, even though I had her for like 7 years. I can't imagine like what human being with a heart is like, oh my God, we lost a family member. My girlfriend of 10 years is distraught. I'm distraught. How do you go out and have sex with somebody under those conditions?
I'm a true sociopath.
There's a chip missing there. We're both
many chips.
It's many a chip.
So what did you think about the conversation with Sandoval and Raquel in her weird lit room? Like,
I hate that apartment so much.
Club in there.
And also Graham was like jumping on Schwartz, or Sandoval, but I think he was trying to get out of the apartment, like, get me out of here.
He's like, I'm not be anywhere else.
Anywhere else.
Literally, it's like, Graham, blink twice if you're safe. Also, it's like, that's a studio. Like, they've probably fucked in front of Graham, and Graham's like, I don't like what I've seen.
This man.
And Graham's like, get a mic on me. I have things to say.
Truly
things to say.
Yeah.
What need to mic the dogs?
What did you think? What were you feeling?
I think it was in contrast of that look of hatred that you were talking about that he gave Ariana next to the look he gave Raquel, which was like a fox about to like eat a small rabbit. Like, it was so fucked up and scary. And like seeing them like act coupley on camera, like legitimately made me sick to my stomach. And the fact that there was like absolutely no remorse. And another thing that was really dark to me was when they had the Coors Lights and the shots of whiskey, because I remember a specific time in my life where I was obsessed with a man and I would have drank any drink he liked just to impress him.
Claire said last night, she was like, it's like that time in your life where you're just like, I'm a cool girl. Like, give me like Coors. I'll just like do anything.
Also, they are 40 years old. Cut it out with the Coors Light.
Like, anything.
Do something above 4% alcohol. I cannot.
And she had an entire Coors Light like in her fridge when she opened it. That's all that was in there.
Dark.
It was just like a 12-pack of Coors Light.
Dark.
Probably just.
I know, probably for like when he comes over. Also, like, this is just some like boots on the ground. And I've said this on podcasts before, so listeners, sorry if this is redundant. I saw them in the wild in Valley Village and they were drinking whiskey shots and Miller Lights. And he was like crying and she was like, had this like, yeah, they were together and Joe was there and one of his like bandmates was there.
So are Joe and Schwartz dating?
Schwartz wasn't there, but I think so, because I think Joe she was extremely chaotic. Even in the brief moments I observed her, she was just like the loudest person in the room and was like doing a lot. And I was like, you're fucking annoying and like over the top. And so I feel like it would make sense that if she and Schwartz were already at least hooking up, that now it's like, oh, great, the four of them can hang out because Joe doesn't give a fuck about anyone else. Like, she's willing to befriend Raquel, and Raquel's probably just like, cool, someone wants to be my friend.
One person will speak to me. Yeah, the whole like, I didn't like her disposition.
I mean, when she said, I love you too.
Oh,
they had said that to each other before.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, I think he clearly was like, the look on his face was like, you weren't supposed to say that on camera.
Yeah, they're like, we can't kiss.
Yeah.
We can't. But then I'm sure Raquel was like, but I do want to talk about how like I'm worried that like you're gonna do this to me.
Yeah.
So that I seem like I have a fucking brain cell.
Yeah.
When they were sitting on the couch and he was like taking her face and looking at that cut, and she's like, it does hurt really bad.
She's like, yeah, she did punch me. And he's like, yeah, she just said on the phone, I fucking punched that bitch. And I'm like, you both corroborated this. Like, shut up.
Like, yeah, I mean, I guess I don't think I was expecting anything better than how they acted.
I mean, you go.
No, you go, Hannah.
I mean, I was chilled to my core by like how cavalier they seemed about the whole thing. And the fact that she said, I just can't get over how cringy and embarrassing it is that she said, I love you too. And he was like, I said, they love you. And do you think his family really does love her? Or do you think that's a lie?
Haven't they met?
Well, yes, because she went to St. Louis.
That's right.
Well, also, Sandoval's family has not reached out to Ariana, she said on Watch What Happens Live. And that is disgusting. 9 years together.
I can't even fucking imagine. If I was his mother, I would like text her and be like, sweetie, I'm so sorry. Like, are you okay?
Like, literally, I'm sorry I ever brought this thing
into the world. Also, can we talk about going back to the scratch on Rachel's eyebrow? My sister and I got physical as children, and my sister had paper thin nails and she would scratch the shit out of me. And I bring this up because I don't think an acrylic nail with a square tip is capable of digging into the skin like that.
Oh, she's investigating. I like it.
I agree. It's like the acrylic has like some thickness that's
not.
Yes.
Oh, and it is a square nail and it kind of like has like a little curve to it. So it's not going to go.
So what do you think happened?
I think these people are sick. What if Raquel just went,
scratched herself?
I could see it.
What did she scratch herself?
Because Sheena just said that she pushed her, right?
She said she pushed her and she like flipped into a wall or something like that.
I would have loved to see it.
Would have loved to see
it. I know. I wish I could see Sheena go full Maddie Perez on Raquel.
Literally, I'm like, how much money would you pay to like have seen that like be on the street when that happened?
Take my bank account.
Yeah. Just take my firstborn child.
Yeah, literally.
Like if, you know.
Man. Well, speaking of Sheena, I'm so proud. So proud.
I mean, years of her being trolled on this show. I like kind of being the butt of the joke. She's always been like, I think, beloved, but because people are like, oh, Sheena, oh, you. And to have an episode where she was truly like in control, powerful, strong, was such a good friend. I mean, and she looked incredible.
She looked amazing.
Has never looked better in her entire life. I couldn't be happier for her.
She said all of the right things.
I know. And she really felt it. Like she was, I mean, so we were talking about this last night, like when these kind of things happen, like she lost 3 people that are family to her in like a second. Like or 3? 2.
Oh, well,
Schwartz too. Like all of a sudden in a blink of an eye, you're like, all these people are monsters. And I did not think that they were. Like
really sucks for their wedding photos to have Raquel and Scandavol in them.
Well, sucks. She is replaced.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the photo
with Lala?
So good.
So good. Like not even commenting about it, just doing it. Like I support that.
And just I loved what she said where she was like, then you should have flown her mom in, flown Jeremy in, and like we would have been there.
Using the depression excuse is so fucking sick.
It's so sick.
Oh, what would she have done if I told like that
man has never known struggle.
No. No.
And it's disgusting. Also, I do have to mention Brock has really been promoting Loverboy. Every time I see him, he's wearing Loverboy merch.
Really?
He was wearing a Loverboy t-shirt on that one. And I definitely saw some Loverboy hats or something this season as well.
Sheena posted with Kyle Cook last night on her story.
They're really feeling that.
So maybe there's a little something there.
Well, I mean, that is how we got Summer House was through Vanderpump Rules. So
Right. Oh my God. I wonder if they like invested in Loverboy or something.
They did.
Oh my God. Isn't Loverboy going through a tough time? Like, didn't he just lose a bunch of money or something?
Oh shit. I've been
so.
meaning to order their espresso martinis. I want to try them.
We tried them.
Okay.
We also had I had the tea lemonade, and the more I drink it, the more I liked it.
We got the new variety pack before the concert last weekend, and some better than others.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's never great, but it's good.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. So espresso martini wasn't good.
What is that aspartame taste?
That fake sugar.
Yeah, but I support them.
We also didn't have it over ice, right? We had it on the beach.
Yeah.
I think like you put maybe if you put it in a martini shaker, get it super cold, it would be a different story, but it's very sweet.
Yeah.
But doesn't that like defeat the purpose? You know what I mean? Like it should be good out of the can. I really wish, I don't really enjoy Bethany Frankel anymore, like at all, but I would trust her to put an espresso martini in a bottle on the market and have it actually be good.
Yes, I agree with that.
She's good at what she does.
Bethany's doing the most right now
on TikTok.
Help her. Take her phone away.
Like
Bryn, take it away.
Do something, but now Bryn's loving it too.
I know Bryn is really loving it.
Prayers for Bryn.
Prayers for Bryn.
Always thinking of her.
Also, to go back to the Sheena and Sandoval conversation. So we confirmed Miami girl, which I think we did all know.
Yeah, but it's just tough to hear out loud.
And it's tough to hear Ariana admit, like, yes, we knew we had an agreement.
I wanted to, because I think everything that she has done to protect him is to really protect her own integrity of not wanting people to think that she is weak and she is stupid and to not look like a fool. And so she's these like extreme choices to make herself just look stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I mean, look, I think there have been moments, especially if you watch it back, where Ariana was, I hate to say it, giving kind of pick me girl energy, where it's like, I'm going to eat a steak with my hand and let the blood run down my butt. And it's like the NASCAR thing. I'm like, do you like NASCAR or does Sandoval like NASCAR? Like, I think a lot of the choices she made were based on like what would look hot to Sandoval. And I'm sure that when she was like, I will defend you and lie to everyone for you, he probably was like, that's so fucking hot. Like,
you're so cool. Kristen would have never done that.
Yes. Yeah. Like he fully wormed his way into her psyche. And I do think, it has to really fucking suck now to be like, I gaslit a woman on national television for Sandoval who didn't give a fuck about me the whole time.
Yeah. No. I mean, she admits that. She said I would have changed anything. So I think her whole relationship, she was just on edge of being like, does he like this? Will this make me sexier? You know?
Do you think that he and Billie Lee slept together?
Of course.
I think so too. And it's just like wild. We were all rooting for you, and to do that, sick.
Billie Lee is the host who's trans?
Yes.
Okay.
Tess is just now meeting her.
Yes, I haven't really gotten there yet. When did they sleep together?
I think it was probably around season 6.
I was gonna say, I bet it was pretty early on.
Yeah.
Because when Sandoval is talking to Sheena in the finale, he admits to doing, what does he admit to? Of how many other times he's cheated on her?
He said one other time, which, okay.
If you do it once, you do it 1,000. I mean, I truly do believe that. Like,
well, and I think, was it Lala who said, this is so comfortable that you're doing it with her best friend?
Yes.
So you've done this.
I loved that logic. Also, Lala looked so fucking hot with her slick back bun and like sweatsuit.
Yes. Lala and I share a very similar birth chart, and that is scary to me. And exciting all at the same time.
That's exciting. Wait,
what?
Speaking of Lala, I heard recently on Lala's podcast that Raquel, did you see the never before scene of Raquel about to purchase the lightning bolt necklace from last week, trying to be like, will you give us a discount if we post?
Oh, and the women are like, oh yeah, of course. So we always do that for you.
Yeah. And I've heard through the grapevine that she's cheap. And then I heard on Lala's podcast that Lala paid her $1,000 for maybe an hour and a half of work for the Bambi Eyed Bitch palette, like shoot for Give Them Lala Beauty. And Raquel agreed. And then later on, was like, you underpaid me for this. So like Raquel's also cheap on top of everything else. Sorry, I took us off track.
Oh no. That's important information. Raquel has the energy of when you're out like to a movie and someone gets you a Diet Coke, and then the next day Raquel would text you being like, hey, by the way, can I Venmo you $350?
Yeah.
She has that energy, which
It's tough.
It's one of the toughest traits I think you can really have.
Don't invite her to the birthday dinner. She's going to be like, but I didn't even eat anything. So why should I have to pay for your martinis?
You do such a good Raquel too. Sorry, man.
You really do.
Oh, God.
Can you do a Schwartz impression?
Oh, like that's like more like this, like it's just kind of like in the front of your mouth. He's like, Bubba, no, like it's you've been what did he call her? You've been a provocateur. It's a lot of like it's all on like the front of the mask from a theater kid standpoint.
It's like one big boy word, like an episode. You can tell he's just like, oh, I got that one right. I'm so proud of him.
Truly, I cannot wait for Tess to meet the triplets.
Oh my God.
Oh, I saw them at the wedding.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. Just like on season 5, I was like, just wait for the triplets to come along.
That was a really eye-opening and scary moment on the show.
Yeah, it really was. Bert, Billy, and Brandon, maybe, I think.
Well, also, we just found out about the reason, allegedly.
Are you going to take it there?
Is it too dark?
I think it's a little dark.
Why his dad wasn't there, or his mom? Wait, why his dad wasn't
there?
Yeah,
why his dad didn't fly.
At the wedding?
Yeah.
Allegedly, I think on Reddit, our friend saw that they have a restraining order. Right?
The mom and dad, like the mom has a restraining order against the dad.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And it explains a lot of behavior.
I was going to say, if his dad's like toxic enough that Schwartz's mom has a restraining order against him, then it's like, yeah, Schwartz, perhaps you should seek help.
Like literally. And I think that's why he goes into like a baby voice and says, ba, 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 every time there's conflict around.
Wow. Oh my God. When he in the episode came to Katie's and he's like, look at the dogs fresh out of this land. I was like, you're so fucking annoying.
So shocking.
I cannot.
Also, his chart is
he is Libra in like every single position, and that's too much Libra. He's so conflict avoidant.
Oh shit.
It's not a good thing.
No, just call us Allie.
Literally.
How did Allie not pick up on that though?
Wow. It will all come out at one point.
It will. The truth will reveal itself.
It sure will.
Truly. Well, God, I mean, so what are your, what do you think is going to happen next season? Who's going to be invited back? What do you think should happen? I guess, like, I was thinking, I can't even.
I'm scared.
I'm scared too. I mean, it's hard to say before this explosive 3-part reunion happens, but I think if they're smart, they will stick with the exact same cast. They're not going to fucking shake anything up. The one thing that I'm disappointed about is not as much Charlie this season. And I do like Charlie's like scrappy, like unapologetically cunty energy.
Yes. And she will tell it how it is, like how she told Raquel, like that is a fucked up thing to do. And I respect that.
Yeah. And then I love Charlie because she can defend Raquel and Havasu and be like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean, Christina? What are you saying? And then also be like, Raquel, that's shitty. Like,
good friend.
Yeah. So we need Charlie because she's a truther. So I would say they shouldn't change the cast. They should bring back Charlie. I will say, like, I think the biggest thing with all these Bravo shows is like when people aren't willing to film together. And Ariana did say, like, I'm never going to forgive either of them. So it's like, is the cast going to be divided? And if so, what would that show look like? Because it's like, well, we need them in one room for the conflict to be there. So that's my biggest fear, is that like it's going to be team everyone else and then those 3 losers, and we're just not going to get to see them interact.
That's a scary point.
Right. Which it's like, that's fine for 2 episodes, but you can't do a whole season that way.
Right.
Ariana would give like the producers an ultimatum.
Probably.
But like, they'd be like,
But Ariana also has more opportunities than literally ever. Unfortunately, I mean, it's sad that it's because of this, but like she has more fan love than ever before. She has more like opportunity than ever before. So I could also see her being like, well, fuck, I have to find a way to like preserve my mental health. And also like the show has never been better. So like maybe I should ride this out a little. I mean, she just had to sell her house, which I think there was some financial stress there. I don't remember exactly what was going on there. So I'm like, Ariana, get your bag. Like, it'll be okay.
Like Raquel probably, do you think she wouldn't come back? Because she is so, I mean,
but she's so thirsty for fame.
Like, but she's been getting like death threats.
That's true.
And like being followed and people being like,
That's scary.
She's not like, well, so maybe she's like, I need more of it and I need to prove my point next season. I
mean, she is like confirmed like in a mental health facility right now, which for a while I thought was just for PR because she did a lot of dumb shit for PR. So, but like, so like as a human, I'm like, I mean, I think the best thing after this would be for her to retreat and just like move to like Montana and do some equine assisted therapy and like keep it moving.
That would be perfect for her.
Yeah.
I think Raquel really does have a horse girl somewhere inside her, and I would love for her to like explore that identity.
I agree.
But I don't. Okay, so like going back to the like rumor that Raquel is, or I mean, she showed us that Raquel is cheap or like financially concerned. I could also see her being like, but what the fuck am I going to do for a living on the other side of this? So I could see her being tempted by like the financial aspect of being on the show and like, yeah, the fame.
What else does she have?
And I really think she thinks she can come back from this. Like I can see her being like, I just need to go on the show and like tell my side of the story of it and show my life more.
If she thought she could get away with the shit for 7 months, she thinks that she can get away with anything.
Yeah.
Like
that's true. And she's probably like looking at someone like Stassi who got like canceled, being like, well, Stassi came back and she's doing good. I could do it too. I mean, also, I'm like, you don't have the like personality that Stassi has, unfortunately. And also like, I think I had a point and I lost it, but you get what I mean.
No, I know.
I also, in my opinion, I don't think that they should bring Jax and Kristen back. I feel like we don't know what we're asking for if we bring that back. You know?
No one does that anymore. I think the time it's chapter is closed.
I've heard a rumor that like Jax and Brittany like are coming back for sure, but it hasn't been like publicly confirmed. But I think they're really testing the waters with that like Jax and Brittany rewatch that no one fucking asked for.
Nobody wants that.
No.
Botox that man has participated in is shocking.
Do you remember how hot he was like season 1 before we knew what a monster he was?
Yeah. Oh my God. Do you remember? Yeah, we were literally like, oh, poor guy. Like Stassi's such a monster. I'm like darked out by my own internalized misogyny at that time.
It was really tough to watch first season and just be like, am I okay?
Why do I feel this way?
Why do I like?
Yeah. But they knew what they were doing. Also, like, to be fair, like we didn't know what we didn't know, you know? Yeah, but I think like if Jax and Brittany come back, like they're not going to want to show their relationship being messy either.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah, they have a kid. God help that child.
Cruz. Cruz.
I think they like to be like, oh, we're now like the parents of the group who like.
Yes, they're gonna be like, we figured it out. Like we have our shit together, and I'm like, A of all, I don't think you ever really will. And B of all, if you're not willing to show like your whole ass on this show, like be gone.
Gone.
Oh,
we don't need it.
I fear for season 11.
I do too.
I know. I'm nervous. I feel like it's like we've reached the peak, and like I'm like, where else can we go but down? I mean, like, also, I don't need to hear Brittany's shrill like, like I don't need to hear that ever again.
Rotten hell.
I'm taking the dogs.
Rotten hell.
Yeah, I agree. But it could be fun to see them dating these people that are single now. We'll see.
Yeah. The Don. I mean, I wouldn't mind if the Don came back.
You know, I love their relationship right now. I feel like they're just like so platonic actually, but they have a love for each other, Lala and the Don.
Do they hook up?
They have hooked up.
Yeah, Lala's like, I squirted everywhere. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Good for her, you know?
Yeah.
I hope she's happy. I do.
I do too. Oh, yeah, this has been amazing.
Oh my God, I had so much fun. I literally could talk to you for 3 more hours.
Hey,
what we will be doing all day.
It's true. Well, we do ask our guests one question every time. So if you could smoke a joint with anyone in history, dead or alive, who would it be?
Shit, this is really hard.
It can also be a Bravo if we want to like, you know.
It could be, yeah, whatever.
Oh my God. Can I just give you 2 answers for different reasons?
Yes.
Okay, so in the Bravo universe, I would love to smoke a joint with Kelly Cloran Ben Simone. Because I think the shit that would come out of her mouth would be insane. Yeah, and I would just be like, yeah, girl, totally. Yes.
Stunning.
Great answer.
And then the other celebrity is, I don't know why. I feel like, okay, wait, no, I just changed my answer. I was going to say Freddie Mercury, but now I have to say Billy Joel because I just want to have like an old man joint with like a sexy old man like Billy Joel.
Oh yeah, play some piano.
Yeah, like I just want to like get high with him and like tickle the ivories.
Oh, I love that.
And you know, perhaps Kelly could join as well, and the 3 of you guys could have a time that you would never be able to describe to anyone.
Oh my God, totally. That's like I'll know that I went to heaven if the pearly gates open and it's just Billy Joel, Kelly Ben Simone, and like a fatty joint.
If you don't mind if we could join that circle.
Please, even for
you're invited.
For a moment in time.
Oh. And is there anything you want to promote or shout out? Where can we find you?
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun talking with you. And y'all can follow me at Hannah A. Brown on Instagram and Twitter, and Hannah A. Brown 0 on TikTok. And there's a link in my bio with, my LTK and all those goodies. And also, I co-host a podcast with my friend Tyler Meredith called You Know You Love Us. It's a Gossip Girl recap podcast. And we also dabble in like pop culture and, shenanigans. So check it out.
We will be listening to that. And yes, everyone go give Hannah a follow.
She's so funny.
Yeah, we're just going to put this out there today and,
Yeah.
See what happens.
See what happens.
And let's go to see you next Tuesday.
That's right.
On June 13th. We'll
I'm adding it to my Google Calendar right now. I can't wait.
We'll email you.
Yes.
Immediately.
Thank you so much, Hannah.
Thank you. This was so fun.